Well, it's not over yet. There's still the haka to come.
How was that? Incredible.
So many people have talked about the haka, and here it is. Yes, as popular as ever.
Also saw one of the great local traditions, the man from the Blackhawks singing the national anthem. They only do that here in Chicago. They cheer and hoot and holler during the national anthem. That's something that's only done in Chicago and usually only done at the home of their National Hockey League team, the Chicago Blackhawks. But today, they transported it to the rugby arena and the crowd had a ball.
Yes, they certainly did. Well, the All Blacks just having a little conference. The United States Eagles playing in the white are almost set to roll. And this All Blacks 4-match tour is about to start. Games to follow, of course, in England, Scotland and Wales. But this is the starting point here in Chicago. So a last chat amongst the US players. Todd Clever, the captain, right in amongst it there in the number 6 jersey. And it will be Aaron Cruden to get this historic match underway. Our referee is Craig Joubert from South Africa. Just checking with all of the officials, everybody ready, and this historic match is underway as Cruden goes short and taken in by the Eagles, and the kick made by halfback Petrie and nicely taken down by Israel Dagg. And the All Blacks are going to work the blind side through Kieran Reid. Got a nice offload too to Perenara. He holds it up. And the referee's got his arm out. Might have been just knocked forward a little by the state. Short pass. Kane got hit hard. And there's enthusiastic defence early on as Perenara sends it again down the short side. And a good run by Charlie Faumuina as Perenara hands it off to Reid. Now Cruden. And a nice short pass. And here's Williams in a big gap early on and looking to offload, but he has to hold it up, Sonny Bill. But the All Blacks keep it rolling, and they're getting it out wide to the left. And Vito taking in a solid tackle, and the All Blacks having to scramble back.
Oh, scramble's the key word there. What a bust. Beautiful pass. Sonny Bill Williams running a great line. Got through. They just couldn't connect to finish it off on this far side, but they still have an attacking opportunity.
Nathan Harris throws. Making his first start for the All Blacks, of course. And the All Blacks have it under control. Trapped there by Kane. Just looking to suck the defenders in early before releasing it. Just edging up a little. to be delivered to Perenara, but they're still making a little bit of ground. Now he gets it, Perenara, and off it goes to Cruden. Cruden doubling around. Good defence so far. And off it goes to Corey Jane out on the right wing side. Body takes it in. Here's Reid. He's been prominent early. That's a big hit on Kane, but he bounces out of it nicely. And now Cruden works it away. Faumuina. In fact, it might have been Jeremy Thrush or Joe Moody it was in the number 1 jersey. Now the referee's got the arm out as the States are offside. And worked away again by... He lost the ball in the tackle, so they'll take the penalty. And you'd imagine the All Blacks will take the points early while they're available.
Eagles penalty.
Well, they've tapped it. And they're moving it away to the left, and there's an opportunity out wide. A dive for the corner. And Nathan Harris, they're going to have to check this. Well, they've caught the States napping.
Well, he certainly crashed into the corner post, Harris, but obviously that isn't deemed to be out. So it's just whether or not he got the ball down before the rest of his body went into touch, and he did. No problem whatsoever.
Well, that's great awareness.
Player's foot, wasn't it, TJ?
Yeah, great awareness. Harris was the man who sensed the opportunity, sensed that the United States players were just automatically expecting the penalty. I think he's going to be given a try here.
Yeah, it was very obvious it was Blaine Scully, the right winger's leg that crashed into the pad, so Harris was fine.
So it would seem it's a formality, really. Craig Joubert waiting for the call upstairs.
Andrew.
As we have another look at it, and he tucked the ball into the correct hand. He was able to just fend off the player and plant it down. So in his first start for the All Blacks, Nathan Harris comes up with a try, and it's a good finish.
So Andrew, I'll tell you what I'm seeing on the big screen. Looks like a try to me. How does that sound to you?
Craig Joubert just wants to get on with this. It's fairly obvious it's a try.
Andrew, sorry, what are we waiting for? I've seen the ball grounded. I don't think it's in touch.
Communication problem
Am
here.
I good to order try? Yeah. Yeah, okay, thanks.
So finally the whistle blows to signify the All Blacks' first try, and it's scored by Nathan Harris.
And what was to like about not only the initiative by Aaron Cruden to take the quick tap and the All Blacks' ambition obviously to use the ball, was just their pattern in the early stage of this game, and that person in shot has been heavily prominent, which was Kieran Reid, his first receiver. The amount of times he's already got his hands on the ball, I think that's great for the All Blacks, great for the attack, and very good for the game itself.
That was a great call from young Harris, though. He was the guy. He yelled out, and straight away Cruden responded. So you could say it's a good start for him, a good finish by him.
He's going to be allowed this again because of Clever. So Todd Clever charged early. You can see him there. He's the man with the long locks. And he charged. He went all the way past Aaron Cruden. He actually physically went past him. So Joubert is going to give him another opportunity. It's that little idiosyncrasy that Cruden has. He has that little moment where he takes a couple of sort of steps, and it puts players in the mindset that they can charge. But they've got to learn.
Well, we've seen this somewhere before, haven't we?
Yeah, well, we won't mention the Ireland game. They're still probably crying over that one. But
the first kick was awful. Let's have a look at the second one. Well, that's not much better. So it doesn't really matter. So it's an unconverted try, scored by Nathan Harris. And the All Blacks have the early lead here in Chicago.
Shot there of Samu Manoa. He's the man who's been trying to put the big hits on the All Blacks. He's connected with one, slipped off a couple.
So Adam Siddle the number 10, born in Auckland, makes the kickoff. The All Blacks almost lost that in the sun, but they finally brought it down. And they're held just inside their 22. Clearing kick made by Israel Dag. Siddle has dropped back. First real opportunity here for the Eagles to show us what they're made of with the ball in hand. As it comes to halfback Petrie. And the All Blacks make a solid tackle through Sonny Bill Williams. Petrie has it again. And charging up goes Ollie Khalifi, the tight head prop. Nicely read by Dag. So the All Blacks get the ball back. Something the States won't want to be doing too often. Now here's an opportunity. But play on, says Craig Joubert. As the ball may have been knocked back by the States player. Now there's an All Black down.
Yeah, Harris, he's in a lot of trouble as well.
He looks to be, doesn't he? Yeah.
Just got into a tangle as he was attempting to follow that kick through. And he may well have twisted something. He's in a lot of pain.
I hate to say it, it looked Achilles like, but
ankle, yeah.
It's not that.
They're feeling around the ankle. There was a horrible tangle of bodies. One of his own teammates, one of the American players, I think.
Well, play's carried on, and the kick hasn't gone out from the penalty. So while we're looking at Harris and the replay,
doesn't look good for Harris.
Yeah, that's right. Play has continued. And just near the All Black 10-metre line as Reid hands it off to Faumuina, who makes a clean break. And he didn't, just delayed the pass a wee bit. And it's a penalty.
Wow, it was good from Faumuina. Footwork from the tight head. But when he needed to pass, he just held on. And the moment, I think he's just saying there, probably to Thrush, I should have offloaded because the Thrush was in the clear.
Meanwhile, the repairs continue for Nathan Harris. Kevin Mialamu may get an early call. Now it's not the All Blacks ball to the line out, so it won't matter too much for the moment. So Phil Thiel will throw for the States. Nearly 6 minutes gone in the game. 5 points to 0. And Nathan Harris, well, he's up, but he's really struggling. Really is struggling.
Well, he's going to try and continue. He's walking his way back towards the line out. Now he breaks into a bit of a jog. Boy, just for a moment, it looked as though the man who started this game so well, his tour might have been near over.
So the line out throw to Thiel, nicely deflected by Lavala as the All Blacks defend in midfield. Now Petrie, a couple of miss-out passes there, and Seamus Kelly in midfield, carried on by Clever. Now pumping it up, big man is Hayden Smith. As they're testing the All Blacks defence out wide, and it's Cruton who has to make the tackle. 5 out from the 22. And that's a good play here from Eric Fry. Now Petrie gets his pass away to Manoa. And they're looking good here, the States. Now they hit the solid black wall, but they look good with the ball in hand. So Faumuina has to go in and make a tackle. There's plenty of willing ball runners here for them as they march down to within 15 metres. Now Suniula. Clever gets his hands on it. Patrick Tuipulotu makes the tackle in close. Now Kane goes in and makes a solid tackle. Mike Petrie awaits. Off now to Siddle. Still 10 metres away, but determined to keep the ball in hand here and test this All Black defence. They're going to work the blind side again. Siddle drops a short pass off to Scully. Siddle again. Now the big men as Manoa makes some ground. Referee puts the arm out, so the All Blacks have infringed right near their own goalposts. Here's Scully, the winger, in there again. Now Eric Fry. Played some rugby in Manawatu. Testing here, clever. Oh, tremendous defence there by Sonny Bill Williams. That tackle really had to be made. Good build up here. 20 plus phases as the All Blacks forced to defend. Not sure whether the penalty still exists as they work it away now. And the referee sees no advantage there, so he's going back.
That was good from the US. What I did like about that attack, and they did struggle, you would have to say, to penetrate, but they held onto the ball very well, was their clean out. They actually got to the breakdowns, showed a little bit of physicality at the clean out, and were able to turn the ball over consistently. It's just now a matter of them being able to create something out in the back line to open up the All Blacks defence, because they're looking a little bit laborious as the ball goes from left to right at this stage.
Well, the news isn't good for Nathan Harris. He tried to carry on, but he's having to walk off the field with that ankle. Obviously, there's something pretty bad about it. Kevin Mialamu on in jersey number 16. More minutes than he'd have been expecting today.
Well, that really is bad luck. So it is Adam Siddle. And the States are on the board after 11 minutes play. 5 points to 3.
Looks like the Eagles have also made a replacement. You'll see out there jersey number 19. That's Taitui Samoa. And I think the man who's come off is Denny Barrett, their number 8.
Well, he certainly came into the game with a big reputation, so that's a bad loss. Well, that All Black player looked pretty offside, to be honest, from the kickoff.
He was.
But the Eagles have it back anyway. Just edging up towards their own 10-metre line, and a good thrust through the middle. And they're playing with plenty of passion, the USA at the moment. Just flirting with the touchline. Just on their own side of halfway as Petrie gets it wide. Now again for Siddle, and certainly asking the All Blacks to make a lot of tackles here, right on halfway. Petrie again gets it wide now. Siddle, some good strong running in midfield, and happy to go down the middle as well as Thrush has to make a tackle. Very good hands there. Khalifi almost lost it, but they've worked their way into All Black territory, and the All Blacks haven't seen the ball for a while. And nicely scooped up on the move as well. And Dag has to go in. And this time a penalty goes the All Blacks' way. But if they could keep this up for 80 minutes, Justin, it'll be quite some game.
Yeah, it certainly will. That was better. The offloading game just starting to show a little bit more of their creativity for the US there. Just the little pop passes, that's what gets you in behind the defensive line. From there you can move onto the ball a lot better.
Nice work at the breakdown by Sonny Bill Williams. That's a good clash, the number 12 jersey, because the man for the United States, Andrew Suniula, who's played, well, he went to school in Auckland, played a lot of rugby in Australia. He's a big solid fellow as well. So that's one to watch out for, 12 on 12.
All Blacks win it through Jeremy Thrush. Now Perenara gets it away for Tui Pelotu, and the big lock forward plows up towards halfway. Now Kane, as the All Blacks endeavour to move it away down the left wing side, and an opportunity for Charles Piutau, but his pick has been claimed inside the 22, but not calling for the mark. And now the clearance made by Petrie. Well, any nerves that the Eagles might have felt in the first 5-6 minutes or so, well, truly over. Chris Wiles, the man who made the kick, played a bit of footy at Saracens, Justin. Thrown in by Mialamu, so he gets his first touch. Cruden offloads. Big tackle on Sonny Bill as Perinara gets there. Now Cruden works it away for Dag. Offloads beautifully to Corey Jane. Here's an opportunity down the right wing side, and that magnificent fend of Corey Jane. And the All Blacks have two.
Oh, great ball from Israel Dag. Saw it earlier on in the match. This time it worked for him. They moved it onto that right-hand side, and Jane does incredibly well here. You see just that delay. He looked to pass on the inside. That bought him a little bit of time, and then he just put the hammer down. The ball from Dag out the back door is superb. Gets it well here, and look at this delay here from Jane. This is what sets a try up for him. He just looks for the pass, which just holds Wiles, then the fend, and through he goes.
Well, Corey Jane was in playful mood this week. He was asked about his interest in American sport and said, Tennessee Titans, I'm still available. I'd like that. He's a big fan of the American football, and he's made a good start. The All Blacks, particularly the likes of Dag and Cruden, passing the ball well into space.
Well, is there a better fend in World Rugby than Corey Jane?
I don't think so.
Just manages to time it so well to put the tackler off balance. So here's Aaron Cruden from the other side of the field this time. And this is a much better strike, and it is over. So 2 tries now in the first 16 minutes, and it's 12 points to 3.
Well, they're just so lethal, the All Blacks. Just think about the last 10 minutes. It's pretty much predominantly been all the US. All Blacks get a line out on halfway. Sonny Bill crashes it up, quick ball, bit of magic out the back door from Israel Dag, and all of a sudden the US looking at a scoreboard of 12-3, and they feel like they've been in the game.
So Siddle kicks off. Oh, magnificently taken. And the States immediately onto the attack. And a penalty, and they've got a penalty as well.
Oh, that was Blaine Scully, the winger. He ran a beautiful line. He saw the ball where it was going to pop into space. And that's magnificent, where he's an accomplished player, this guy, Blaine Scully.
I think Victor Vito's hard done by there, though. Really, he got back to his feet. There was clear release. He had his hands on the ball.
Well, there is the winger. He plays at Leicester. He was one of the players that got here rather late. With the Premiership clubs a little bit late in releasing some of the international players, if you like.
Actually, I played with Chris Wiles, believe it or not, at Saracens, as well as in the second row, Hayden Smith. And his story is he was a fantastic prospect for basketball. So just watch him on the field today. He's got a great skill set. He's very clever with the ball in hand, is Hayden Smith. And he had an opportunity to go into the professional basketball route, but he decided on rugby.
So Adam Siddle, and that is a good kick again. Second penalty goal for the States, and the All Blacks lead 12-6.
Crowd are loving this. They're absolutely loving it. The Eagles, they're giving plenty. They're creating opportunities. Quite happy to see them kicking penalties.
Well, they've never scored a try against the All Blacks in the 2 previous official test matches between the two teams. Again, the All Blacks just cribbing a little bit over the line, Victor Vito, but being grabbed by the Eagles as they get it out into centre field. Now Petrie. They've got nice skills too in moving the ball across the park. Some big solid defence coming in from the All Blacks. It was Joe Moody who got up very quickly. Now Siddle. Therefore Dag, looking comfortable under the high ball, gets a call from Jane, and off goes Corey Jane. Piatel was there too. Oh, that was bordering on high. In fact, it's been deemed high, but the All Blacks are going to carry on with it. And here's a chance for Tui Pelotu, and the All Blacks have run in another one. And that's the first try for Patrick Tui Pelotu.
Well, Tui Pelotu is the man that finishes it, but the work from Israel Dag and Corey Jane is a nice offload again as well from Piatel, beautiful from Perenara, and Ryan Crotty makes the perfect decision. Tui Pelotu right up the middle, what a great team try, but started from the back three, all featured Piatel, Corey Jane, and obviously Israel Dag, TJ.
Well, Israel Dag had plenty of options, but he got the call from the inside from Corey Jane, who saw the space, great momentum at the end of it too. The ref just having a quiet word there against Samu Manoa, who I think if there hadn't been a try, he would have been penalised for the high tackle, but tremendous finishing. And great creation from that duo, Dag and Jane.
So the try has been converted by Cruden, 19 points to 6, and we've just gone past the 20-minute mark. So already Nathan Harris and Patrick Tui Pelotu getting on the score sheet for the first time as we are underway again. The sun might be just a little bit of a distraction. Now here's Piatel down the left wing side, breaking a couple of tackles as the All Blacks launch again inside the Eagles half as Dag shovels it on. Now Reid, here's Crotty looking to release Jane on the outside, but this time he finds Sonny Bill Williams. Welcome back.
Welcome back, all right, Sonny Bill, and go give your centre partner a bit of pat on the back, because what a ball. We're used to seeing Sonny Bill Williams giving offloads, but Ryan Crotty, the ball in two hands initially, and then he got a great pass in the tackle away. Nice ball from Cruden. Dag shifts it on. Excellent from Reid, but watch this from Crotty. Fend, bang, steps, and boom on the inside. Sonny Bill, thank you very much.
Well, real danger signs here for the US Eagles, because they started well. They stood up on defence. They were coming up off the line. They were hitting players hard. But now they're just starting to fall off a few, and this combination in the All Blacks really hasn't played together before. This is a new combo. They're just starting to find a tremendous rhythm out, and perhaps we're entering a very dangerous period here for the home team.
Cruden converts again, so Sonny Bill Williams, first test for a couple of years. He's on the score sheet as well, and it was the offload, as Justin said, from Ryan Crotty that did the job. So the conversion makes it 26 to 6. Siddle's kick this time going a lot further downfield, and brought back by Vito. It's Perenara, and Cruden playing the conservative game from inside the 22. Well, real competition for places in this All Black team, and of course Steve Hansen will put his best team out at Twickenham next week. And there's a fair few playing in this match who will have designs on that team, I would imagine. Phil Friel to throw. Oh, that's not straight. He's going to let it go though. Is Craig Joubert. It's being a little bit liberal perhaps. And put down back. Right up the centre goes Seamus Kelly, and continuing to plug this near side, the touchline, taken in by Scott Lavella. Now Petrie gets it away, and scooped up by Hayden Smith, the big man that Justin was talking about, plays at Saracens. Now Petrie probing, looking. Taken down by his opposite, Perinara. Now a nice dummy sold by Manoa. And they do look good with the ball in hand. Their defence has let them down badly a few times, but with the ball in hand so far they've okayed. But now the ball's been turned over, charged. Oh, that could have gone anywhere. And Israel Dagg breathes a sigh of relief as it was charged by Samu Manoa.
There's a good tackle in that sequence from TJ Perinara as well on Manoa. Vital one. He started very well as Perinara. Looks good, in sync.
Mialamu to a shortened All Black line out. Reid goes early, delivers quickly. Perinara works it off the line for Vito as the All Blacks take it out towards centre field. And now plenty of time for the clearing kick to be made. Going to go quickly, I think, yes. Brett Thompson throws it in. They want to keep the ball alive. But then the kick made by Wiles. Cruden waits. Plenty of white jerseys there, though. The All Blacks have done well to get back. And Mialamu it was who got there. Now some nice interchange. Here's Dagg running through the gaps. Ball goes off to Williams. He in turn has good support. Now Piutau should have too much pace. Charles Piutau. And the All Blacks are in again.
And again, just lethal, the All Blacks from the kick from the US. They managed to get the ball. Mialamu played halfback. Look at Faumuina's pass there to Dagg. The offload from him. Another one-hander from Sonny Bill. That's two one-handed offloads. Great decision again from Crotty. And then he just put the hammer down Piutau. And he was too quick, too strong. And runs in a great team try.
That's the big lesson that the US team having to learn from this first 40 minutes of this game. Is that it's not so much what happens when you got ball in hand, because they've been okay at that. It's what happens when they kick the ball away or turn the ball over at the breakdown. They are going to get scorched.
Just not coping with the offloads. All Blacks getting the ball away in the tackle, so the US not doing a good enough job one-on-one to wrap the ball up so that the player can't offload. At the moment they're all offloading at will, and it's causing them big headaches.
Passing into space too, Justin.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the thing that the US team are just hanging back a little, and they're allowing the space to open up.
No good this time from Aaron Cruden. And one of the local players very slow to come back since joining his mates. It was in fact the left winger Brett Thompson. Siddle kicks off again, and the All Blacks able to cope with that fairly awkward kickoff. Now Perinara for Cruden. Dagg has been prominent, but the pass is loose, and Crotty is forced to try and tidy up, but the ball's been turned over here. The All Blacks making a mistake inside their 22. So Petrie works it away. Now Suniulia away for Siddle. Now the open side flanker Scott Lavalla. Petrie again. Hammered away at the All Black defence without any reward yet, apart from two penalties. Scott Clever, the captain, took it into contact. Lavalla again throws a loose pass. Now Jane's after this. And if it sits up nicely for him, but he can't do much else. And into touch he goes, Corey Jane.
What the?
Oh dear, what's he done here?
I don't know.
He's thrown a gridiron pass.
They got away with it.
Quarterback pass, but there was no one there to take it. And it was just the bounce of the ball that favoured the States. Now the kick through. And that's into touch. Not yet. Perinara done the right thing. And now Dagg is off on a searching run. Israel Dagg. Now he gets it off to Cruden. Sonny Bill Williams with an opportunity. His support is coming in the form of Victor. Vito won't need him. And Sonny Bill does it again.
Well, big grin for Sonny Bill, and rightly so. Found himself out on the wing. Dagg again, so creative from the back, brought the ball across. Nice little offload, he was showing it. Got the pass away perfectly. Cruden just draw and pass. Sonny Bill had some work to do. Little goose step, then back, big right foot step. Too strong, too quick, and great to see him scoring in that fashion, running with freedom.
Well, things going bad to worse for the US Eagles. Not only have they conceded another try, looks like they might have lost their left winger. You mentioned it just before, Nisbo. Brent Thompson, he has been labouring with a shoulder injury, exposed defending that move, and I don't think he's going to last much longer. What a great sight to have Sonny Bill Williams back in that black jersey.
And just from that shot there, you could also tell that the movement that he made, so the big step off the right foot, took him back inside, and as Nisbo mentioned in the commentary, Victor Vito was the supporting player. If Williams somehow was managed to be tackled, he still would have got the offload away, so the movement was perfect to set the try up anyway, but they just couldn't hold on to him.
Still 10 minutes remaining first half, 38-6. All Blacks so far running in 6 tries.
Change being made in the US Eagles team. Folau Niua on in jersey number 22. He's the replacement for the injured winger Thompson.
Again, the kickoff is short and claimed by Thrush for the All Blacks. Perinara heads it down the blind side for Piutau. Perinara again for Cruden. Dagan again, now Williams. Crotty looking to open up again down this right wing side.
Oh, James done something.
Corey Jane, yes, he's pulled up.
I think it's his hammy.
He's pulled up.
He's definitely pinged a hammy, the way he's pulled up like that.
Still down Corey Jane, as you can see. Now, Williams rips it away. Thrush. Dagg. Running hard in midfield was Vito. Piutau pulls it in, got through one tackle, got his pass and it's been knocked down and knocked on. And just looking back at Corey Jane, I think he knows he's done for the day.
Yeah, he knows. Yep. Piutau looks good on that left wing, doesn't he, Tony? Good to see him back, and he gets the ball. He's just got such an ability to step and his power, and you know, it's been a long time since him being in the All Black ranks and on the wing. It's great to see him in that position.
Well, Corey Jane, that's a really sad sight. He's been playing superbly out on the right wing, but that's a hammy. He's gone, but no respite for the USA, because it means that on in jersey 23 on the left wing now is Julian Savia, and Piutau will switch to the right.
So the All Blacks losing Nathan Harris early, and now Corey Jane.
It looks like a half by decent tear as well, which is usually around about a sort of 4-week scenario in terms of a decent hamstring tear, so that could see Corey Jane out of the tour. They'll assess it obviously and hope that he recovers quicker than that and that it's not that bad, but it could be the end of his season, Corey Jane, which is a shame. Great to see him back in form. Looked really good with ball in hand. He'll be disappointed.
Well, the ice will be on, no doubt. Haven't had too many scrums in this game. And the All Blacks have won it. Reid, what a pass! And Savia, he's on for 30 seconds, and he's got a try.
Well, it didn't take long for Julian Savia to increase his impressive try-scoring record The ball from Reid, brilliant. Drew in 2 defenders in the left hand, and he basically just flipped it straight to Savia, who didn't have a thing to do.
Well, they wanted to put on a show. Steve Hansen wanted to make sure they got the basics done first, but I think it's showtime.
Well, the basics started with the scrum, didn't it? As you will remember, it was a USA feed, so that was off a tight head. So the scrum worked, the foundation was there, and then the individual brilliance of Kieran Reid to set Sevilla away.
I think the really scary thing is 34 minutes gone, 43 points on the board.
28 test tries, Julian Savia. That might well be the easiest one he's scored. And Pruden's kick is away, so 43 points to 6.
A shot there, Kevin Mialamu. You know, we've talked so much about the attack of the All Blacks, but this guy, since coming onto the field for the unfortunate Nathan Harris, has pulled off some tremendous tackles. He and Joe Moody really tackling well, getting up quickly. So he's still got plenty of miles left on the clock by the evidence of what his performance has been like today.
Again, it's the short kickoff made by Siddle, and the All Blacks have always been good from the kickoff today, but they've done well here. Perinara waits, and they've got a penalty.
Penalty against the Eagles.
So there's been a few casualties out of this game so far. And obviously there'll be a bit of reassessing going on after the game, from the All Blacks point of view anyway, as the line-out throw has been overthrown, and the Eagles have the ball back. Again, taking on the All Black defence in midfield is Petrie, and Manoa comes from a long way back. Petrie again. Again, probing away. And Manoa again loves to get the ball in hand, the big lock forward. Now here is Oli Khalifi as Petrie works it away to Siddle. Lavala in midfield. Good run by Clever, the captain. Petrie. And storming run. All Blacks haven't always made the first up tackles, but they do that time through Kieran Reid. Bit of a dummy sold there by Nua. Now Hayden Smith puts his shoulder to the wheel. Now Siddle had a go at a gap. Got an offload to Clever, and he's been taken, and the ball has been lost in the tackle, snapped up by Perinara. Now the All Blacks looking to launch from the back, and the bounce will be interesting here, and it's been beautifully done. By Scully. That could have gone anywhere. The All Blacks, if it had gone to hand, it would have been a try at the other end without any doubt at all. Couple of minutes left in the half, and Petrie gets it off to Manoa. Some of these guys are really keen to have a crack at the All Black defence. They come from a long way back. Now looking to probe. Here's Clever off the pass by Kelly. Left behind for Petrie. And no, the flag's up.
Well, they certainly aren't lacking in ambition, that's for sure. Plenty of willing volunteers to charge the ball up, and they do punch onto it with pace. They just need to try and find a way to clinically break down this All Black defence, which is just solid at the moment. They are pretty much predominantly just moving from side to side. Every now and then just making the odd inroad in behind, but not really getting overlaps.
So just being attended to here is Blaine Scully. Yes, you certainly can't qualm about the endeavour.
Exactly. The endeavour's there for sure.
So counting down towards half-time as the All Blacks win the line out. And again, they're going to try and run this out from their own 22. And again, Crotty breaks the tackle. They just missed the first up tackles. That time it was his opposite number, Kelly. Tui Pelotu finding Williams, putting him into a big gap. Now a charging Kieran Reid, looking to link up, and he does so with Savia. And what a good tackle by Scully.
Great tackle. Boy, he'd back Savia in that instance on most occasions, but Scully, true to form, he backed himself and he got the flying Severe down and into touch. Great breakout again from the All Blacks though. Some lovely interpassing. Reid and co, Sonny Bill.
Line out throw.
And all started from Crotty, of course, who has had an exceptional game at centre. He's been very good.
Field throws. Flamed by Lavala and hurried into touch. And that is half-time here at Soldier Field in Chicago. And the All Blacks, well, they've run in 7 first half tries. 4 of them have been converted. 43 points to 6. So more of the same, basically, is what Ian Foster is calling for. As the second half starts, the kickoff made by Adam Siddle, and the All Blacks take it down through Jeremy Thrush, who's been pretty industrious today in his efforts, as Cruden gets it, and once again they work it out into midfield and take it outside the 22. So that means the kick directly into touch is gone as Cruden goes to the left boot. Fullback Chris Wiles for the Eagles. And they've looked pretty good with the ball in hand on occasions. Just losing the footing there was Siddle. They've certainly forced the All Blacks to make a lot of tackles. And lost the ball in the tackle. So that'll be a scrum. And there's been very few of those in the game. Only one in the first half, Justin. Is that right?
It looks like that, doesn't it? For sure.
Blimey. It says a bit about the attitude of both teams.
Yeah,
really.
it does. And, you know, if I guess you think about the amount of possession and territory statistically that the US side have had, you'd think that they would probably not be dealt such a harsh blow in terms of the score, but the All Blacks just, with limited opportunities and less ball, less possession or territory, are absolutely ruthless with getting ball in hand and scoring points.
So Perinara gets it in. Reid holds. Now Perinara away for Cruden. The little cross kick nicely judged and falls beautifully for Savia. Lobs it back in field and Williams is heading for a hat trick.
Well, it had to be forward, wouldn't it?
I would have thought so. Yep, he picked it up late. He got a late call from the Canadian on the sideline, one of the assistant referees.
I'm not entirely sure why he went so far inside. Severe, he had 2 players just on his inside. Really well done from Cruden. Picks it up there. There's Dag. See Ryan Crotty there, who was free. He went for the one to Sonny Bill Williams, who looked to be covered. And it drifted forward. I think the man to hit was Crotty for sure.
So they'll go back for a scrum. So they've had 2 in the second half after having 1 in the first half. So Mike Petrie plays rugby in New York. Big scrum from the All Blacks. Still there though, and somehow the ball has come back. Now away goes big Hayden Smith. And the clearing kick coming up. And not gaining too much ground out of this. So the All Blacks will have a line out right on the 22.
Just checking around the team, guys. No further changes. Of course, both sides losing 2 players in the first half. But no changes at halftime.
So no doubt Steve Hansen will get 1 or 2 players on, maybe 20 minutes in. Now I've got a bit of an injury break here.
That's Kieran Reid who's being attended to, and I think the first cab off the rank might be Daniel Carter. Looks like he's doing some fairly meaningful stretches away to the left here.
Something around the face, maybe the eye there of Kieran Reid. No major problem though.
We've enjoyed such great conditions over the first 43 minutes of this game. Sun now just disappearing behind the big stand. I can tell you the temperatures dropped quite sharply, but still, after what we saw yesterday in Israel, which was almost horrific weather, we've just been so lucky with the conditions today. Absolutely fabulous.
Yes, late afternoon here in Chicago. It was around about a 3 o'clock kickoff as Kevin Mialamu goes to the back of the maul, and now the All Blacks trying to make a little bit of ground. Mialamu still got it, and a nuggety little hooker over the 22 he goes, and now here come the runners. Faumuina was there. Now Perenara away for Cruden. Williams stepping. As always, making some ground. Rather loose pass, snapped up by Dag. There's Mialamu back on the ball. Now Perenara serves it up for Kane. And some good solid defence. Referee again puts the arm out. Intercepts. But this won't count for anything because the referee was playing advantage. Well, that certainly got the crowd up.
That's the first booing we've heard today. I thought they were away. It was the replacement winger, Folau Niua.
He had some work to do. There were some All Blacks chasing, but it all came to naught. And now we've got another injury break.
Yeah, it's not good for the US either. It's their skipper, Todd Clever. Just look at the way the US teams played, Justin, when they early on in the game, when they had a bit of a head of steam up, they were moving the ball, trying to offload the ball, create space. I think as the game's worn on, and maybe they just lost a bit of composure, you've seen more and more of them really just trying to run the ball into contact, and it gets them into a bit of trouble at times.
Yeah, they need to challenge the All Black defence a bit more. I just saw a nice cut back there between Cruden and Williams. That's the difference. Inside balls. They're just a bit too direct at the moment, too predictable.
So the line out throw is won by Thrush. Powering through the middle goes Moody. And Joe Moody, the old Tony Woodcock try from the World Cup final. And the All Blacks have another one.
Well worked. Moody, the loose head. You can see him moving there. Peels around. Nice hole created. Good work from Thrush. He's jubilant about that, isn't he? But watch Moody's movement here. He'll come back into shot and right through the middle.
Yeah, the coach calls it the tea bag, just like dunking your tea bag.
Mate, you're the most starstruck water boy I've ever seen. Hey, look at you just looking at the crowd.
Oh, did you pick up Craig Joubert just then?
Yep.
That was talking to Conrad Smith. Starstruck water boy. Looking around at the crowd, enjoying it.
It's hard not to, isn't it? Chance to bring up 50 here. And, well, he hasn't been on song today with the boot. Aaron Cruden. So it stays at 48-6. And I think there are plenty of All Blacks warming up on the sideline trying to catch the eye of Steve Hansen. So Aaron Cruden kicking at just 50%. Perinara calls for the kickoff, hands it off to Vito, and he's up to the 22. Now Cruden, Dag sends it on to Reed, and the States defence holds up well in midfield. Perinara looks again, and this time the All Blacks looking to find touch and managed to do so.
Is it on?
This is a really important occasion for rugby in the United States. I guess just the one thing niggling away in the back of the mind is that you don't want people going away from this game or watching it, and it's on nationwide network TV on NBC. You don't want people going away thinking, no, that game's we're no good at that game. Don't want to know, but you don't want the game to be damaged by a big blowout.
So the line out
Backward of Black.
has been won by the All Blacks. Sabia got rid of it pretty quickly, and now the All Blacks have another attacking opportunity as Dag keeps running, pops the pass up, and there it is for Perinara. First receiver is Williams. Now Cruden for Tui Pelotu. Faumuina did well to stand in the tackle. Piatau gets it off to Mialamu. They're lining up. Cruden will get one. And the All Blacks have 50.
Well, they're cutting them apart out wide is the big problem for the US. They just can't cope with the outside backs. Crotty and co have been superb. This was after they made a big incision on the left-hand side. They went back to the right. Cruden finishes it off, and at this stage, it's the problems again with the offload that are causing the US to fall off tackles and to have creative problems themselves. So it's really going to blow out if they're not careful here, TJ, I think.
Yep, and I guess the other side of it is they see rugby being played like that and they think, well, this is a really good game to watch. It's the skill set, isn't it? I think, and fitness is probably going to count as well over the next 30 or so minutes, but just that ability, the one-handed offloads, have just been killing the Eagles.
Well, he's 4 from 8 so far, Aaron Cruden. He's got a chance here to convert his own try.
Well, he's looking very frustrated, and I suspect that might be his last act of the game. He scored the try, couldn't convert, but here in jersey 22, coming on now for the All Blacks is Daniel Carter.
First test match of the season for Dan Carter. Having left the field at Twickenham last year, that was the last time he wore the black jersey. So Aaron Cruden takes a seat and play continues. Ball taken down by Jeremy Thrush, and Carter's going to get an early touch, and there it is as he offloads, and he will throw a forward pass. Well, that's inauspicious.
It is. Oh, great to see him back into Test rugby, Dan Carter. And there's no doubt that he's going to be very prominent in the next couple of years in New Zealand's bid to win back-to-back Rugby World Cups. I think he's incredibly important to this team, whether it's on the field or not, just in the environment. And he could very well feature next weekend at Twickenham as well, if he gets through this unscathed.
Well, that will be an interesting call, won't it?
Will be.
US trying to cook something up here. They've put Suniula, who's been a strong running midfield back, they've popped him out onto the left wing.
Got to get the scrum right first. It's been in trouble.
Yep, it has. So Petrie gets it in. Ball swirling around there. Now it's there for Petrie. And penalty. There was a hand in there, was there? Yes. Craig Joubert saw a hand in there.
Yes, I think it might have been Fry, the loose head prop. That was an area that was a real work on after they played their Rugby World Cup qualifying games against Uruguay. They got touched up in the scrums. Ben Frank's about to come on for the All Blacks in jersey 17. And Joe Moody, who's had a good game, put a lot of work on in defence. He comes off.
And gets his first try, of course, too, Joe Moody. So he is gone for the day as Reid wins the line-out. Now Carter goes wide, and that was a pass that Dagg couldn't hang on to. Well, who could blame him? So it just broke down there. There's a couple of skips there. And the pass dropped at the ankles of Israel Dagg. So another scrum coming up here, having had one in the first half.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Stand up. Stand up. Come this way, please. I'm going to put some pressure on you because it worked well till he got you. So you're just going to get up. Yeah. Got it, play here.
So Manoa is in the back of the scrum now, playing number 8. And they need to get this right. Wiles has now moved from the right side as we look at it across to the left.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Petrie gets it in. Again, it's a scrum under enormous pressure.
Collapsing.
And it's
Collapsing.
deemed to be a collapse.
At the back. Hooker.
The Eagles are going to replace their hooker, Tom Coolican, about to come on in 16, although when he saw that scrum collapse, I think he sort of headed back to the bench.
Went hit in the tunnel somewhere, did he?
Liam Messam coming on in 20 for the skipper, Kieran Reid.
He's been good, Kieran Reid. Got himself involved in the game. First receiver a lot, couple of trademark offloads as well, running with some freedom, which was great to see.
And a nice little touch from him too, Justin, just acknowledging the crowd. Both the considerable number of New Zealand fans, but also the American fans in the crowd, do really warming to this display that the team's putting on.
So who's the captain, do you think, TJ?
Carter, maybe?
That's a very good point, Grant. We'll find out.
I know Sam Cane is part of the senior group.
He is.
So he may well be the captain, who knows?
I'm putting my money on Carter.
Okay. So here's the All Blacks with Pelotu offloading nicely for Perinara. And the All Blacks taking it down to the 22, Crotty. Quick hands across for Dagg. Perinara for Mialamu. As the build-up continues again, now Carter. Pelotu. And another forward pass. Well, it's not the first one today. And as Liam Messam goes to ground, so another scrum to be set.
And just to answer your question, Dan Carter, captain of the All Blacks, and all change in the front row for the US. 16, Tom Coolican. 17, Nick Wallace. And at 18, the veteran, the 36-year-old Tongan-born player, Mate Moyakoliola. And Sonny Bill Williams just receiving some attention for the All Blacks at the moment.
He took a knock when he got hit in that tackle. He was trying to offload. Well, he did offload, in fact. The ball went slightly forward.
Right, guys, we had good stability on set. Let's just stay there, all right?
Just getting a little bit of attention to the thigh area.
There's an injury stoppage on the field.
Well, the only other back on the list is Augustine Pulu. Now that Carter and Savia are both out there.
I don't think it's anything major, anything structural for Sonny Bill Williams, just a blow on the hip. He's given it a bit of a rub, the doctor, and Williams back into position. So the Americans now have an all-new front row. Let's see if they can fare any better.
Well, yeah, they've lost the last 3 scrums. There's already been 2 tight heads as well, so impossible when there are starting to be some scrums, which there weren't in the first half, to launch any sort of platform and get your game plan moving if you can't win your scrum ball. Oh, well done.
Well, it's better. Yes, it held up. So the US with the ball, but near their own 22, and it immediately has been turned over as the All Blacks are back in possession. Trying to shift a few bodies here. Williams is in there, and they're going to get a penalty with the player not rolling away, probably not able to. So Carter taps and keeps it going through Faumuina. Right in centre field here with Perenara. Now Carter moves it on for Dag. Perenara. Short pass. As now the All Blacks bring it back to the near side. Carter to Thrush. His pass not the best. Williams has to go back. Oh, he's pulled up lame. He's pulled up lane too, so that's a real concern as the All Blacks burst away downfield. Here's Israel Dag flying for the corner, and he gets it down.
Well, it looked awkward, didn't it? But it looks like he has got it down, Israel Dag. It was a very good chase from Brain Scully there. Here's Carter making the break. Times his pass perfectly, sets Dag away. It looked like for all money he was going to score, made it a little bit more difficult. He got hit high, you'd have to say, but gets it down. And the All Blacks once again off a midfield break from a kick.
Yeah, but while this is going on, though, while we're seeing Israel Dag, Sonny Bill Williams has left the field, and he just stopped in his tracks. Maybe there was a bit more to that blow on the hip than it looked. So Pulu comes on in 21. And we'll just wait. See, Sonny Bill Williams has just looked so good today.
Oh, yeah.
But he was moving across the field, and all of a sudden he just stopped.
Well, to be fair, though, you know who else has looked good, and that's been Ryan Crotty.
Yep.
He's been excellent. Everything that he's done today, the timing of his pass, the work in defence, the running game is all there. So obviously he is a 12 playing out of position, which is great for the All Blacks because they are starting to really get some depth there with Ma'anonu missing in that 12 jersey.
So here's Carter's first kick for a long time. And, well, it's if he's never been away. Carter from the sideline converts. And the All Blacks are up to 60. Well, I did tell you the haka was popular.
Geez, I tell you what, the one on the left's going for it.
Well, Jeremy Thrush takes it down. They've got a penalty here at the States. The All Blacks infringing. And this game could well, the story of this game could well be not only the All Black win, Justin, but the injuries.
Yeah, for sure. They've obviously going to have to assess the likes of Sonny Bill and Corey Jane and Harris as well, who went down early, and they did look like significant injuries, the players hobbling their way off the field, so they will be concerned about that with a pretty big test match coming up next week.
And you would assume that, as in the past, there will be players who've been told to stay limbering up.
Yes. Stay limbered.
It looks like Pulu's gone into halfback. TJ Perenara on the wing now.
Not for the first time.
They've butchered the set piece again, the US.
So Pulu on debut launches a kick away downfield. So another All Black debutant. We've had players scoring for the first time today, and now we've got a brand new All Black.
And also, let's not dismiss how good TJ Perenara has been. The All Blacks have been in sync, they've worked well, he's been to the breakdowns, he's cleared the ball very well. He's been prominent, which is good to see.
Thrown in by the new man, Kulikin, as the States. Well, it would really make this crowd's day if they were able to score a try, but they've conceded a penalty. An All Black player over the top of the ball. Pulu takes it quickly, and away they go. And the All Blacks, here is Perenara running out in midfield. Just near the 22, Pulu gave it off to Kane. He tried to throw a short pass to Thrush. He lost it forward. Came at him about ankle height. So there hasn't been quite the same flow in this second half. The All Blacks scoring 7 tries in the first half, just 3 so far in the second.
Well, it's been all the All Blacks, hasn't it, gentlemen? Since the start of the second half, they've had all the ball, they've had the territory. The US have only a couple of times been down the All Blacks' end inside the 22. The All Blacks have turned around those statistics from half-time, and we haven't seen any of the phases or the patterns that the US were showing in the first half. They just haven't had the ball.
But not one single person's left the stadium. I don't think the fans want to go anywhere. This still looks pretty full. Apart from the one bloke, rather exuberant fan that we saw being led away by security at half-time.
Another scrum under pressure, but it's been cleared away. All Blacks, though, not missing those first up tackles, and they got a penalty again.
Oh, it's great work from Sam Cane. Showed good strength. He wasn't in an ideal position where you've got stability, so your legs are quite wide apart. You can get in over the ball. His legs are close together, but they just couldn't move him. He's so strong up top that he just held on and won the penalty.
Here he is, number 21, Augustine Pulu, All Black 1136. What number are you, Justin?
952.
Very good. You could have told me anything, I would have believed you.
I just did.
So the All Blacks within 10 metres of the Eagles line. Trapped in the back here. I think it's Jeremy Thrush who's got it. Now he goes on his own, Thrush, and he gave it away nicely. And getting very close was Vito. Now Pulu has a go on his own. Defence holds up, so Franks has to play halfback. No, he doesn't. It's going to be Kane, I think, in the end. It is. As Carter hauls it in nicely. Crotty almost intercepted. And come back, lads. They haven't heard the whistle, and the crowd on their feet thought that was the opportunity, but it was knocked on.
Well, to be fair, and I know the All Blacks are perfectionists, and as you mentioned, I believe correctly, Nisbo, they haven't scored a try against the All Blacks, have they? The US. It would be great though, TJ, for this crowd, wouldn't it? If the US could manage to galvanise and get a try, it would be great for this expectant crowd that have all showed up here in Chicago to see this game.
Yeah, they were happy enough with the 2 penalties they kicked early on in the game, but they seem like a very, very long time ago. It's like the last of the US subs, or one of the last of the US subs at 20, Louis Stanfield, loose forward, is about to enter the game. That's him.
About 15 minutes remaining as Pulu feeds a very solid looking All Black scrum, with Vito packing at 8 now. And in fact, he's going to work the blindside, slips it off to Pulu, keeps running a little halfback, taken in a high tackle. Referee will play on though to see whether there's any advantage. Thrush has got it, off it goes to Kane, breaks the first tackle. What a good try, Sam Cane.
Just mentioned his strength before, Sam Cane, and that time he showed some power as well as the strength. He shrugged off a couple of tackles. It was a nice right foot step or left foot step from him as well. They worked it well out the back, did Vito, and Pulu, who went very close, gets back to his feet, tumbles over again just short of the line. And as we move it across to the right here, Thrush does well. He's been excellent as Jeremy Thrush. Clears the ball to Sam Cane, off the right foot, through Cleaver, through 3 or 4 Americans. Not good enough on D, but great work from Cane.
Well, he's had a really good year Sam Cane. He's come on in some of the big test matches this year and made some vital steals or won penalties late in the game with maybe things in the balance. Today he's shown out not just with his defensive work, but really effective with ball in hand.
11 tries for the All Black, 10 different try scorers. And Dan Carter. On target again. Carter converts, and it's 67-6.
Carter came down to the stadium early on in the week and had a few kicks and found it quite tricky. The wind tends to swirl around a bit here, but seems like the practice was worth it, because since he's come on, he's been perfect.
What a magnificent sight. Great stadium.
Thrush. He's had a big game, Jeremy Thrush. He's been the real workhorse. Now Carter. Dag. Good defence this time, but a nice offload. Savia though. Down he goes. There's a fair bit of enthusiasm still in the US defence. A lot of new players out there looking to prove their worth, of course. Now Ben Franks. Kevin Mialamu ranging out wide. And another penalty coming the All Blacks' way here. We'll play another advantage though, as Trotty gets rid of it. Off it goes to Dag and looks to link up. And well, I think the penalty advantage went over pretty quickly. So now the United States with the ball in hand. This is when they've looked their best in the game, even though they haven't cracked the All Black defence. And a penalty.
Benjamin Tarr on in 21 for the US replacement halfback.
Well, they just need to make, I think, better decisions, the US. They'll learn from this game. They'll sit down, they'll watch the videotapes, and they'll analyse the way that they've played and things they could have done better. There was a great opportunity there. Scully out on the right wing was matched up with Kevi Mialamu, and he was just crying out for the ball, but they just couldn't get it to him. And those are the opportunities you've just got to capitalise on. You've got to find those players that are in space and have mismatches. They went the opposite way, the US. Managed to get a penalty out of it, but lost a chance to possibly score.
So the chant goes up, USA. They really want the local heroes to get across the line. A little kick and chase. Dag lines it up. And all the ball's fallen nicely. And now the All Blacks have got an opportunity through Perinara. Hands it off to Savia. He looks to link up, finds Crotty. And they've almost gone to the 22. Snapped up by Pulu. Now Carter. Shifted on by Kane. Out in the midfield it goes to Messam. Another opportunity for Piatau. Here's Mialamu looking to strap his way through.
Oh.
Kevin Mialamu!
Oh no, he's brought him back.
Yeah, obstruction.
Oh dear, he's been stuck on 12 test tries forever.
It was unlucky because he showed such great footwork.
Well, it was almost accidental.
It was.
But you do see that a bit of a path got cleared from this. Would have been a sensational try if he'd pulled it off. You could see there, just getting in front of him was Liam Messam. Robbed by his own teammate.
Yeah, have to wait till another day. Kevin Mialamu in his 121st test match.
Wow.
About 10 minutes remaining. And the ball is in touch.
Right out to the Eagles.
Now Tom Coolican to throw. The line out is cleanly won.
Through the middle is fine.
So putting a bit of a drive on the All Blacks here and doing a good job of it too.
They'll have to clear it though. Jeremy Thrush has come through and he's wrapped his hands around the ball, and if they can't advance it, they could lose it. They've done well.
Yes, they shoved the All Blacks about 10 metres. Now a little kick and chase by Coolican.
Big tackle from Pulu.
Was it ever? Now the All Blacks looking to counter-attack through Dag. He's got support from Savi, who just held on and slipped the pass to Crotty. Now it's with Kane. Over the top it goes for Tui Pelotu. And the All Blacks in control of this in centre field as Pulu has a little dab himself. Faumuina makes the pass. Now Thrush drops it off to Vito. Inside the 22, Mialamu plays halfback. And back to plenty of willing runners fanned out, ready for the pass as Pulu takes it in. Now a short pass goes to Kane. He looks to offload. Faumuina knocked it on. Well, it hasn't been perfect by any means, but it has been a real spectacle.
It's been pretty good though, hasn't it?
And I just
Look at this.
Yeah, that's a solid tackle. I noticed at the basketball last night, Justin, when the local team started to lose, they all left.
They're not leaving here,
They're
are
not
they?
leaving, are they? Absolutely. So it will be interesting in the next 12 hours or so just to see what the wash-up is in terms of the injuries. Harris, Jane and Williams, they all look fairly severe, didn't they?
They did.
Well, Charlie Faumuina and TJ Perenara have both left the field, so I presume that either Victor Vito or Liam Messham's going to go and play in the back line here because the replacements are Brodie Retallick and Owen Franks.
Yeah, well, Victor Vito's out on the left wing as you speak.
Vito's gone out to the wing, yep. Nothing Captain America can really do about things today.
Big injury hold up here, but when they do finally get started again, there'll be about 7 minutes remaining in the match. And just look at that for a sight. It's just a short drive from downtown Chicago. Took us all of about 10 minutes. Just
That's it, yes.
you driving brilliantly on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, it is. It's just a marvellous sporting city, isn't it? We mentioned we went to the Chicago Bulls. TJ mentioned that he went to the Blackhawks. The Cubs obviously play here.
Under a new manager next year, Joe Madden from Tampa Bay.
That's right.
Ripping down Wrigley Field, or they're taking out the bleachers. When they changed this stadium, they did an amazing thing. They kept the old facade, Roman-style colonnades. It's a very statuesque looking place, but they put the new structure inside it. Some of the locals didn't like it. They felt like it landed a flying saucer in the middle of their old stadium, but boy, it looks pretty good from the inside.
Well, they do say as well, season ticket holders to the Bears to this stadium, there's I think about a 20,000 people waiting list.
Gee.
It's just incredible.
And they're having a bad season.
Yes, they are. Penalty, and this one goes the way of the All Blacks. So Craig Javert not doing any favours, and neither he should too. This is an international game, and the All Blacks have this penalty, so they'll no doubt kick it in. No, they'll take a scrum.
Scrum to the All Blacks.
Yeah, so it is a very, I guess, unusual looking backline now for the All Blacks. Crotty's moved into 12, which he's well accustomed to. Severe's playing at centre, and as mentioned, Vito's on the wing, and Piatel's switched to the other side. So they've had some disruption, but still they've been very clinical, the All Blacks, today with the ball.
Well, Victor Vito is a sevens player, devastating on the wing.
So in it goes from Pulu. Held in the back. Now away it goes for Carter. Doubles round, all breaks down, and he's gone back. He's gone back for a scrum penalty. So there was an advantage being played there by Craig Joubert.
That's the area that this team has to improve a whole lot before next year's World Cup, guys. They're scrummaging. They have been under the hammer for the whole game.
So a bit of a debate here as to what they want to do. The All Blacks are going to put another scrum down.
So that was the loop around between Crotty and Carter. Didn't quite work there. So Severe came short. Carter hit Crotty and then looped around behind Severe. There was certainly some space on the outside. So the move held the defenders. They just couldn't execute properly. So do they do the variation or do they try the same move again? But certainly set up exactly the same way.
Patrick Tuipulotu, you can see him, he's playing on the side of the scrum. So they've had to mix and match a bit here today.
They have, haven't they? Yeah. And Piranara playing on the wing as well, so they've had to improvise. No doubt about that.
Bind. Set.
So Pulu again with under 5 minutes remaining here in Chicago. Now Pulu delivers it away to Carter. Crotty, well held in midfield, but the All Blacks get it quickly. And Pulu, whoa, he doesn't mind the physical stuff, but he certainly met his match on that occasion.
That was Samu Manoa again. He's put some huge hits in today.
Now Pulu throws the pass. Dag on the back foot somewhat, and ball stolen away, and another penalty. Charles Piutau's keen to take this quickly.
I'd say they go scrum again. Midfield scrum, hard to defend from this situation. Fullback has to make a decision. He can't sit in the middle on what side he's going to defend.
US bringing on the last of their subs. Tony Hall, 23. Might be Suniula leaving the field, I think.
Oh, they've got a huge opportunity here, the All Blacks. On the right-hand side. Nice little 8-9. Wiles is directly behind in the scrum, so they just need good quality ball here, and Severe and Piutau can run a mark. In fact, Wiles has adjusted, has gone to the other side.
So Messam in the back decides to trap it there for a tick. Now they move it. Carter, away it goes to Crotty. Now Thrush, who really has got his hands on the ball a lot in this game. There's Pulu, feeds it up for Tuipulotu, fighting his way down to within 5 metres. Ball has been turned over. And they're going to get a penalty too, the States. Well, good on them. They've survived 3 scrums and penalties, and they managed to grab the ball inside their own 22 with only about 90 seconds remaining. Here's the captain, Clever. Well, this will be ambitious stuff from right inside their own 22, but a clean break. Still running with plenty of enthusiasm. Now the ball's been kicked through and it's snapped up by Dag, and he swings it out into midfield where Sam Cane has it. And now the All Blacks have an opportunity. And gliding his way downfield is Vito, and he got a beautiful pass back to Savia. Carter was involved. Vito and Savia. And the All Blacks are going to finish with a try.
Oh, very slick from the All Blacks. Dag, who recognised that he wanted to keep the ball moving, just hurled it back infield. It was scooped up. And don't underestimate just the subtleties, the nice little movement of Dan Carter. What he does in this try, just straightens, brings a couple of defenders in, offloads the pass perfectly, and Vito, well, You mentioned it, TJ, the skill set of a sevens player out in the wing. He certainly can run, but he can offload as well.
So 2 tries for Julian Savia today. Daniel Carter lining up what should be the final conversion of this game. So the All Blacks 72. Carter with 2 from 2 so far. And his final kick of the day is over. The final whistle blows. And the All Blacks have the victory here at Soldier Field in Chicago. They've scored 12 tries to win by 74 points to 6, and the crowd now are standing and applauding.
Well, and rightly so. I think everybody was aware that the world champions were always going to be at a different level than the US. It was about, obviously, the occasion as much as it was the rugby. As I mentioned, even with a scoreline of 74-6, the US will learn a lot from this game. They'll take a lot away from it. They'll analyse what New Zealand did and did well. They'll analyse what they did. And most importantly, rugby has been a big winner here in Chicago. Sold out crowd, incredible stadium, and let's face it, some pretty spectacular tries scored as well.
Yes, indeed, there were 12 of them.